Hey y'all, sitting in my truck, sitting here debating on which store I'm gonna go to. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to the orange store or the blue store, but I need some potting soil and I want some really good soil because I am gonna do some container gardening. Now, this will be my first time doing container gardening as it relates to vegetables because, of course, I have plants. You guys know that. So I'm pretty comfortable with growing things, as well as I've had a big garden before. I've just never tried to grow food in containers, but I think it's a really good idea. And there's just a few things that I want to plant. I feel like taking a few extra things off of my grocery list would be a great idea. I want to save some money. And I also want to feed myself. I think that's important. We should get back to some of those things that we used to do that we know is important. And we have nothing to lose by trying it. Get yourself some containers, get yourself some soil, get yourself some seeds, or if you don't feel like you'll be successful taking it from seed, you can buy you can buy plants, you can buy tomato plants, you can, do that as well. I think I want to get me some okra because I really like okra. I just thought about that. So do that. We're living in some times where we really need to think about how we're going to feed ourselves. All right? You guys, when you go grocery shopping, get a few extra things. Get a couple extra non perishables. Do that. Get those things that you know you are going to eat, that are going to feed your family and fill you up in case, money get a little tight. Get your rice, get your grits, whatever it is that you do and that you like. It would not be a bad idea for you. I'll tell you something. The rice that I typically get, I already noticed that it has gone up in price. And buy it $2. The same rice, same brand, same size that I always get. It was typically like a little over $4. Now it's over 6. So we've got to pay attention to those things. Do that. Get a few extra things if you can when you go shopping. And I also want to suggest, let's not buy things we don't need. We cannot buy things that we do not need right now. You don't need those shoes. You don't need them, sis. You don't need them, brother. You don't need those shoes. You don't need any more clothes. Don't do it. Don't do it. Save a little something. Put a little something in the nest. That's going to be very important. That's what my grandma always used to say. And I got in the car and I was like, well, where am I going to go? Because to be honest, I really don't want to be out here driving aimlessly and wasting my gas. I want to be very intentional with where I'm going. I'm paying attention to every nickel and dime because that is important. And I'll say this too. And I don't remember which day. I can't remember if it was Wednesday or if it was Thursday. I'm not sure right now. But I filled my truck up with gas. And today is Sunday. And I have a quarter of a tank. Yesterday when I got in the truck and I realized that I didn't have that much gas, I was like, wait a minute, what in the world is going on? Because where have I been? And not only that, a couple of those days I drove my car. So I almost feel like, is the gas evaporating? Did somebody come siphon some of my gas? What's going on? Because why is the gas not there? I didn't go anywhere to burn that much gas. I really didn't. So that's on my mind. I got to pay attention to that. So when I fill up, whether that's today or tomorrow, like I said, I am going to be very intentional with where I am going. I'm not just out here driving and wasting gas. I can't do it. I won't do it. Just doesn't make sense. Y'all should be thinking the same thing. Like I said, we're living in some incredibly different times. And some of these times are very difficult for some people right now, and the times are going to become difficult for more in the very near future. So many people have lost their jobs. And It's horrible. You know it's horrible. There's nothing else to say about it. And if you don't know anybody, or if you don't know what it's like to lose a job, if you don't know what it's like to have difficult times or to have to budget, look around. Look around. I see it. I see it. I know y'all see it. And it might be you, or it could be you next. So please pay attention. Please be smart. It's time for us to be better neighbors, be better friends. We're going to have to depend on each other. We have to do that. You might have something that a family member or a neighbor or a friend might need, and that's really what we're here for. We're here to help each other, be here for each other. It takes all of us. And I know that's, not the most popular thing. Clearly it's not, because we're seeing people who are just being incredibly selfish. I see a lot of cruelty going on right now. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. We need to know, and we need to put people over politics. There's a lot of political things going on that is just not making a whole lot of sense right now. And it's tough. It's tough. You've got to pay attention to the people that you're putting in office, the people that you're voting for. And I don't want you to be disappointed, because we're in this already. So I want you to be motivated and know that your voice still does matter. And even in these difficult times, and even while we are trying to thrive, we will survive these difficult times, but you still know that your voice is important. You still get out here and make a better decision. I don't know how you guys vote. I don't know who you voted for. That's really not so much the issue. More than you know that we've got to do something different than what's going on right now. And it's okay. It's okay. If you made a decision and you realize now that it may not have been the best decision, it's okay. You're going to have an opportunity to make a different decision. I don't know what was on your heart. I don't know what was on your mind. But we're living in a difficult time. And we'll probably see a few more difficult days. Now, that isn't for everyone. We see people who are not being affected. And I don't know how that makes you feel. But I don't feel good seeing people lose their jobs. I don't feel good knowing that young people are losing programming and food programming. That doesn't make me feel good. I don't see how that could possibly ever be a good decision. I don't. I'll let that be my opinion, but I don't see how that could ever be a good decision. We can do better. We should do better. We should be thinking about people. And until we can do better, until we have an opportunity to change leaders and to flip seats and to put people in that we know care about people, you gotta care about people. You gotta care. Some of you felt like, hey, your voice didn't matter, my vote won't matter, but it really does. And you can't feel bad about that now, and I don't want you to. But I do want you to know that you'll have another chance. Make sure that you use your voice. Not just for you, but it might be for your neighbor. Maybe you didn't lose your job. Maybe someone in your family did. Maybe one of your friends did. Maybe you don't have kids who are in school, but you know that kids are in school, and you know that lunch programs are important because you went to school. You had to have lunch. You know that. You know what it's like when you're hungry. And so when food is accessible to you, you eat. But think about when it's not. And you directly, as a young person, don't have much influence over that at all. So the least we could do is sometimes, even if it doesn't directly affect you, you know that it will affect someone. So vote for them. That's what we gotta do. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm going to get my soil. Like I said, I want to do a little container gardening. Not gonna do a whole bunch of stuff. I brought like 6 containers. I'm gonna grow a few things. Like I said, a couple different lettuce, tomatoes, some cucumber, and I'm not sure if I can grow okra in a container because okra grows really, really tall. I know because I planted okra before, but I love okra. So I don't know. I might have to look that up and see if anybody has done that, or I just might just stick it in the ground. But think about it. You guys do some of these things as well. You can get containers or smaller containers and grow some of your herbs like your dills, your rosemary. Maybe you might want to grow some parsley, cilantro, but grow something. Grow something. Take a little bit off of your grocery bill, especially if you know that these are things that you're going to eat. It's a good idea. And if you decide to grow a larger garden and plant your yard, well, that's great too because you'll have an opportunity to share with some of your friends and your neighbors. That's what we always did because we grew more than we could eat, so we shared. Do that. I think it's important for you to know who your local farmers are. Find out. The farmers are having a really difficult time right now. They're having a difficult time finding, people to help them pick the crops. So there are actually farmers out here right now who are offering deals for you to come out and help pick the crop, and you will get a substantial discount if you go out there and pick your own bushel of beans. So find out and figure that out wherever you are. And I don't know if you have some free time or if you've got young teenagers who want to make a little extra money and help a farmer. Help a farmer because we need food and they need help. So try to do that. And when you go out to the grocery store, go in there strategically. Don't overbuy. Buy things that you need, things that you're going to eat. Buy less of the junk stuff. Buy less of that junk stuff and get as much real food as you can. Maybe get a few extra non-perishables. Get your rices. The prices of these things are going up and they're going to continue to go up from what I understand. I've noticed already just the rice that I buy, the same brand, the same size. I used to buy it was like a little over $4. Now it's over $6. So if you got an opportunity to buy an extra bag, buy that extra bag. Put it away. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Because what if you or the breadwinner in your family happens to be the next person on the chopping block and they lose their job? You got to think about that. Don't be out here shopping and buying things that you don't need. I mean, you really don't need a new pair of shoes. Don't buy them. You don't need any more clothes. Don't buy them. Put a little something in the nest. I think essentials are going to be the most important thing right now. Get what you need. Now we've got to stimulate the economy. The economy has to go around. That's why, I don't understand what's going on in a lot of ways politically. I just know that we have to do something different. I just know that when we have the opportunity to make different decisions, it's important for us to make different decisions. You can't think about just yourself. You got to think about other people too. Because look at what we're going through. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's chaos. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's cruel. It's just a little bit heartbreaking to see what some people are experiencing. But I don't want us to be down in a funk. I want us to be here and support each other, be a better neighbor, be a better friend, help where you can help. If you know you have something and you have to share it, share it. If you've got an abundance of something, share it. Like I said, if you have a big garden and you've got a big crop, share that. And that's it. Like I said, I don't want to hold you guys. I want to go get this soil. And I'm kind of on the fence of thinking, do I want to go to one of the big box stores or do I want to wait and go to like the farmer feed type place because I might be able to get a better deal because I do want to save the coin. So, I don't know. I might just get right back out the car. Who knows? But what I do know is that I'm going to make a smart decision. I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to do what is fiscally responsible. I think we all have to think that way. All right? Y'all do what you got to do. One love, y'all.